Hi, everyone, and welcome to this chat. If you're interested to join the travel industry, you're in the right place.
You are indeed. So, we're going to be going over a few things. We're going to make sure you know what it takes to get started and some really common questions that people have when they first get going. Get comfortable, grab yourself a coffee, and enjoy it.
We are Louise and Silas. We have been traveling on and off for 9 years. I'm actually a hairdresser by trade, but I left my job 2 years ago now. And Silas, you are a carpenter.
I am indeed. Yeah, I'm the one who's restored and converted the camper vans and the sailboats that have taken us around the world.
Yeah, we have done lots over the last 9 years. We've backpacked several times over Asia. We have gone to the Maldives. We have literally been all over the place. We've done Europe several times, as Silas said, in a camper van and actually an old sailboat. But
Yes.
yeah, we won't go
That was
into that.
interesting. Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah, good and bad times. Yeah, we have been backpacking and traveling for 9 years, and we would always save up as much as we possibly could with our jobs. We were both quite established in our carpentry and hairdressing job. However, we would have to work crazy hours just to be able to afford a trip like this.
I always say to people, consistency is key. And when you are living off your savings to travel, this goes against everything really that makes traveling unique. You want to travel without the fear of what you usually have in England, where it's about money. You think about your job, you think about your finances. When you're traveling, you want to be able to forget about that for a short duration of time. And when you are living off your savings, you just start seeing your bank drop down slowly, slowly, slowly.
It's depressing.
It is, and it ruins the experience.
Yeah.
But that's why we wanted something that can change that. We were basically doing long stints of living in the boat and living in the van. And we were basically living off like £30 a week. That's how tight we were getting. And working online was just essential. But Lou looked for a year and a half.
Was it that long, really? A year and a half?
A year and a half.
As I say, we have travelled for all of these years, but we'd always go off of savings. So we'd work as hard as we possibly could, work crazy hours, save up, go travelling. Of course, our money is going to run out. So we'd always have to come back to the UK and start the cycle all over again. And we just wanted to break that cycle. So as Silas said, yeah, I've been looking for a year and a half, and I found like a call centre job, which, okay, it was remote, but it wasn't at all what I wanted to do. I wasn't passionate in the slightest about it. And of course, it was still that 9 to 5. I wanted to get out of that. I wanted to find something that I could build and I could travel with without any limits.
One of Lou's actually biggest requirements, I will say, was that she wanted the work to provide a friendship group. And this seemed impossible to be able to work online from anywhere in the world where she can build a career but also have a friendship group that she traveled around with. It didn't seem possible, to be honest, and I actually did dismiss the idea to begin with. I didn't think those two could come in the same package.
Yeah, we spoke about it for years, didn't we?
Yeah.
We would have these long talks of like thinking about our future, and it would always be around some kind of community. We had no idea how to find one of those communities. We thought that it would be maybe like moving to Bali or something like that. We have no idea how we were going to get there. We just wanted it, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So when I found this opportunity 6 months ago, I completely jumped on it. It ticked all of my boxes: community and working from my phone from wherever I wanted, traveling more than ever, and the possibility to earn a full-time income from this and beyond. There are no limits with the income potential here. So it ticked all of my boxes. So I was straight in as soon as I found out about it.
And Lou didn't hold back. Lou put all of her time in, all of her thought power, all of her focus went into it. So she made it work. And she succeeded very quickly.
Yeah. So as I say, as soon as I found out about this, I was all in because it was my dream job. But for Silas, he's a real handyman. He's always busy doing something, whether it's working on a big job, converting a camper van, converting an old sailboat, restoring an old sailboat. He's always doing something. But whilst we were traveling Europe in the summer, and he could see how much I loved this job and I was so passionate about it, you just turned around to me one day and you said, actually, I want to give this a go. I want to be a part of this.
It was in the camper van.
Yeah.
We were doing a long drive through Switzerland.
Yeah.
And Lou basically was talking to all the girls that were part of her team. And I won't lie, I did get a little bit jealous. I was like, I want a community like that. I have always wanted a group of guys which I can travel around with and do these things that me and Lou just can't do together. So I was like, you just built a friendship group in front of my eyes in the space of a few weeks, and it's also become your career. I was like, oh, I know I can make that work. I know I can do that. And yeah, that's exactly what I did. It opens up so many opportunities when it comes to travel and friendship groups. You know, there can be some tight-knit groups back in England, and it can be hard to kind of break out those molds. This just opens up to everyone in the same boat. We're all wanting to travel. We all want a different experience, and it just opens it up to that. It's amazing.
Yeah. And on that note, we actually do lots of meetups within the team. So most of the team are from the UK. So we do lots of meetups up north and in London. And we actually go on lots of trips together as well. So, of course, we're travel agents. And having your agent license means you can book travel for people, but you can also get amazing discounts for your own travel. So, of course, we use this to our advantage on our team trips. So, we actually went to Albania in September of this year and we stayed at an amazing hotel, so cheap. I think it was £30 a night each. And it was a brand new hotel and we pretty much hired the whole hotel out for us.
The hotel couldn't quite believe it, actually. They
Yeah.
were like, we never realized this was even an option. They had literally like 30 or 20 travel agents all just advertising the hotel.
It was amazing. So we did that in September. And we have a very, very, very exciting one coming up next year. We're actually going to the Maldives.
Yeah.
And we're planning another one in the summer. So if you are looking for a community, this is the community. As Silas said, we had dreamt of a community like this. So I have to pinch myself every time we plan a trip like this. It's insane.
Also, we do use the agent license in other areas, such as what we're currently staying in. We are currently staying in a villa in Bali, Canggu, really quite central. We have basically got this place for what the guy has to pay out whilst we're here. Water bills, electric bills,
Cleaning fee.
cleaning the pool. And this is, apart from that, that's all we're paying for. And we're staying in this villa. It's absolutely crazy that this is even an option for us.
All because we have our agent license and we are able to recommend this to our customers and make content for the host and share it on our social media. So when joining our team, there's actually two sides to the business. There is the travel agent side where we have over 80 partners that we work with. We work with Jet2, Etihad, Virgin Voyages, there's so many, and we earn up to 20% commission. That being said, of course, if we aren't partnered with a hotel that you'd like to use, of course, you can reach out to them personally, just like we did with this Airbnb. And then there's the marketing side. So on the marketing side, it allows you to share the opportunity with people. Like I did with Silas, I shared the opportunity with him. And you might know people close to you, like your partner or your friends, your family, who would also like to do this. Or you might know people who are traveling right now or want to go traveling. There's so many reasons why people would join this business, and it doesn't mean you have to travel all the time. It could just mean that you want a side income or you want to work from home and have more flexibility. Whatever the reason, when you share this opportunity with them, you can earn an income. And for me, I have gone very into the marketing side. I had no idea what marketing meant before I started this 6 months ago. I completely ran with it. As soon as I found out about how it all works, I was straight in, and I love talking to new people. I love helping them get started. And because we are so passionate about this, and this is our dream job, I want to help other people get started and find this dream job too.
So we'll actually go into a few questions now. Some of the questions that Lou gets asked most by people first wanting to start the business. So question one, Lulu, how do you find customers?
How do you find customers? This is a very common question that I get asked. And lots of people that you already know are booking travel. Travel is huge. We can book package holidays, cruises, honeymoons, but we can also book day trips as well, like football tickets, theatre tickets. There's so much. And I guarantee that you already know someone who's booking one of these things. So the best way to start is talk to your family and friends about it. Let them know what you're doing. Otherwise, nobody will know. So yeah, spread the word, and quite often they're going to spread the word too. You can also advertise on social media. This is what I did actually. I put it straight away on my Facebook and my personal Instagram, just to let all my followers know. You can also create a new social media. Again, I did this too, and so did Silas. You can do business cards. You can put them in local businesses like coffee shops, gyms, literally anywhere where you think people will be, basically.
And don't forget about talking to people, the most secure way of doing it.
Yeah.
Question number 2, Lulu. Can we do this alongside a full-time job?
Yes, lots of people do this alongside a full-time job or a commitment, and this works for everybody. You can choose your own hours, you can choose your own days. There's no minimum or maximum you have to work in this. So you can do 10 minutes a day. You can just work on this on the weekends. It's completely up to you. I started this when I had a full-time call centre job, and I was concentrating on this in my evenings. So yeah, and some people like to do it before work. It just depends how it fits in with your day. The only thing I will say is if you are trying to build this up to be a full-time income, really try and work it into your day instead of just doing 10 minutes here and there, because the more time you put into this, of course, the quicker it's going to grow.
I will also say, when we hear people say, obviously I'm at home, I'm doing a full-time job, do I need to be traveling to do this? It's something that you can do from home because it's relatable. You're working at a full-time job. People don't want to be doing this their entire lives. So you can do it from home. You don't have to be traveling. It's something that really, it can help in some ways, but really it can be a hindrance in others by traveling. By being at home, you're more relatable to a much larger majority of people.
Yeah.
Question number 3. Do I have to advertise on social media?
No. You can advertise however you like. Again, it kind of applies to what I said before. You can talk to people about this in person. You don't have to do it on social media. Social media definitely helps because it reaches so many different people that you don't already know. And I have built a lot of my business from people I don't know. So for me, it's worked very well. I actually started advertising on TikTok. When I started advertising, not many people were talking about it on TikTok, so it worked in my favor there. But you can use TikTok, you can use Facebook, Instagram. Some people even use Snapchat. I have no idea how Snapchat works, I'm too old, but it works for them. So you just have to think outside the box. If you don't want to use social media, you can hand flyers out, you can post them through letterboxes, you can talk to people on the street. There's so many different ways.
Wasn't somebody putting the advertising cards in their vintage?
Yeah, vintage. Yeah, not vintage. Yeah, someone in the team was actually putting their business cards in their Vinted orders. So literally, use your imagination.
Yeah, you have the World Wide Web to your disposal. But as I said before, the strongest connection is always in person. So I really do think that if you're worried about working online, having to be something that is only online based, please don't worry about that. The strongest connections are always in person.
Yeah. As we said before, you don't have to be traveling to do this. You don't even have to go on holiday to do this. Anyone can. However, if you are traveling right now and you need an income, basically how we were, traveling, lots of people think that it's not a great time because, they want to concentrate on having fun and they'd just rather let their bank balance go low and then go home and think about it. But actually, you are in a prime location to be talking to people. We speak to people on a daily basis. As soon as we have our laptop out or our phone out and we're talking to people on the phone in a cafe or a hostel, everybody's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm interested. They just want to know. And if you have been traveling, you know how sociable it is and it's very easy to make friends. So use this to your advantage. You're going to be surrounded by lots of people who would love this opportunity.
So for our last question is, how do I get started and how much will it cost me?
So, how you get started is you reach out to the person who put you onto this call and you tell them how amazing you think this opportunity is and how excited you are to join our team. You have to complete 70 minutes of mandatory training, all done online in your own time. It's nothing in person. You can do it in stages if you really want to as well, but it's just over an hour. Once you've completed that, you will get your agent license and you will be APTA and ATOL protected and have access to all of our booking systems, and you can get started straight away. We have so much extra training for you to plug into after the mandatory training. I call it the boring training. You get that out the way and then you can do our fun training on social media, destination training, how to make a booking, how to talk to people. Anything you need help with, we've got training on it, so don't worry about that.
There is obviously the training which will be provided for you, but you do have access to a very large team of people who are always willing to help jump in there and kind of get you clued up with any information that you might be struggling with. So yeah, make the most out of your team. It's probably your biggest asset when going into the business is your team.
Okay, and how much does it cost? So, of course, this isn't for free. You are going to be making money from this. So, if you would like to just do the travel agent side, it's £142 to get your 70-minute training and your agent license. Thereafter, it's £32 a month, and this is to support your agent license, your ABTRA and ATOL protection, the training that you have access to, and all of the booking systems. And if you'd like to do the entrepreneur side, which allows you to do the bookings and the marketing like we do, you will pay £156, and this is to have access to everything on the agent side, but also you can start making money from this straight away. You can get talking to people and telling them about this fantastic business that you have just started. And thereafter, it's £46 a month for your agent license and the marketing.
I will say that in that first month, I would definitely stress to people, try the marketing and the agent side. You get to experience both. And if one doesn't really work for you, you are in that free trial month. So if it doesn't work for you, you can get a refund. But I would say give it all a go rather than just limiting yourself to one.
Absolutely. As Silas said, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. So it's yours to try for the month. And if it's not for you, for whatever reason, you can cancel, no questions asked, and you can get your initial fee back before the monthly payment starts. However, we do think that you're going to love it just like we do. It's a small price to pay to be able to earn money online and to work from anywhere in the world.
It gets addictive.
It's very addictive. So I hope that answered some of your questions, and hopefully you were all ready to get started.
So if this sounds like something that you're interested in, you want to begin, please reach out to the person who brought you into this call. They can answer any extra questions you might have. And I'm sure, like Lou, you'll have many questions.
And hopefully you can be a part of our team, and we'll see you on the next trip.